Okay, mi heim aruyim with Kia Shefel. Who's Roy to do Kia Shefel? He says as follows. Mi shechotzi eved chotzi b'chayim. If someone is a chotzi eved chotzi b'chayim, how do you become a chotzi eved chotzi b'chayim? That's by what's called an eved of two shutfim. If two shutfim owned an eved, and one shutf was meshacher him and the other not, so he's a chotzi eved chotzi b'chayim. That's the famous Gemara, the Machoikas, Beshama and Basilum, that Kaifim is Rabbi, and Shachar, because he can't get married, he can't have any family, so he has to pay. Kaifim Rabbi is Shachar, but he has to pay for his hip. So Kaifim Shtar Chotzi Damov. He writes like an IOU, so he becomes a Bechayim. But till that takes place, he's a Chotzi, Eved Chotzi Bechayim. So now he's saying, Tzorach Sheit Kayalai Ben Chayim Leitziyai. In other words, in order for him, he's a Ben Chayim, so he's Mechuyev b'mitzvos. Now he wants to be Yaitze Kiyah Shaifa, so he needs a Ben Chayrin. He can't have an Eved both for him because an Eved is a Potter. And he can't have a Chotzi Eved Chotzi Chayrin both for him because he's hearing also from an Eved. So he has to have a Ben Chayrin that should blow for him Shaifa. Aber eine Yaitze mit Kiyas Shalatzma. So he said, but the Chayrin, let him blow shayfa alone. So he says, "Avo any yosef b'tkiyah shel atzmai, u'fi shetzad chayrish shaboy nischayev b'test tkiyah shreimus b'kashrusay. Ve'im yitka b'atzmai tehei kol tkiyah sheyotzei mipiv every tkiyah that he will blow will be chotzi psula. Half of it is a puzzle. Machmas Tzadav because he has Tzadav. It's not really a question much of today because we don't have a din of ever today. So maybe we don't have a din of Chotzi Eved Chotzi B'chayim. But the idea is that you have to hear from someone that's totally Mechuyev. Right. Now he says, Apa Pisha Noshim Peturais Shreifa is a Miseshas Mangrama. And we have a rule that women are potter from a mitzvah as one grandma. She says, Alpha Pisha Nosha Baturas, even though women are potter from Kiyah Shreifa, Mikomokim, in Brotzu with Kaya Ba'atzmon, or Rishus B'yadam. If they want to blow for themselves, it's okay. So he asks the question, Alpha Pisha Kiyah, B'yantav, B'chinam, even though if someone wants to some during the year to blow shofar on Shabbos or Yom Tov, you're not allowed. So why are you not allowed? Because it's a kleshir, and we have a rule that you're not allowed to play an instrument on Shabbos, not because of the sound that you're producing. But if you say the Shemi Yisakin cliche, maybe something may go wrong and you'll have to fix it. He says, so now the question is, so what habit do the women have to blow shofar? He says, "Mikomak kedei lases nakas ruach unoshim, hitiru lahem israkal kozeh she'ein be'afilu mishum shvus gomor el mishum uvdin dechol." It's a different question. It's like it's a vacha dikazach during to play an instrument. It's a vacha dikazach.
Isn't it child of Tikkun Keli? You might have to tune it.
So that's Shemi Yisakin Klisheh. Shemi Yisakin Klisheh. So it's only a Gzeda.
It's not Shabbos Gomer.
It could be Muksa also, if she's not.
No, it's not Muksa.
There is not shvus.
What?
There is not shvus.
He says it's a shvus. It's not a shvus gomer, because it's not really a melacha gemura. Because shofar, it says that shofar is a chachma by a melacha. So it's not really a melacha
No, but a regular
gemura.
clay shear would be.
A regular would be a shvus.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't say over here the Indian. It's interesting. He said that the shaila is moved in the chol. Moved in the chol is not such a real shvus. You know, there's certain things that you're not allowed to do on Shabbos. It doesn't look like Shabbosdik. But and it's probably it's not considered a cliché maybe. It's not an instrument. So and it's a chachma ve'ena malacha. So but it's uvd in the chol. It doesn't look yontiv dik or Shabbos dik to do it.
So if there's no man or lady can blow shofar for herself in Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see a bit. V'chein Adam Acha and a Yid sheyotza kvar that was already he wasn't sure he was yotza. The question is he allowed to blow later? The mitzvah yem b'shofar. So there's no question that you're allowed to blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah because that's the mitzvah of the day. But if you were yotza the mitzvah, could you still continue blowing? So he says, "V'chein Adam Acha sheyotza kvar that was already yotza yidei chavasei mutar l'tkaya lahem u'mutar l'hoitzi hashayfer l'shus harabim kedei l'tkaya lahem."
Why say you have the shvasim? Say with the nun pashutah.
No, he's saying lahem. He means the woman over here. Lahem is the woman.
Yeah, so
Number one, he said that the woman is allowed to blow shofar. Number two, he's saying, so why is he saying? He said that because they felt bad for the women. The women, it means such an important thing, they want to hear it. So Mela said, Chacham will matter it. But now the question is a man allowed to blow for them? So if it's a man that wasn't yotzi yet, so he's blowing for himself, and the woman can hear him. But if it's a man that was yotzi already, and the woman was here shofar, what happened does he have to blow shofar for her? She says no. That's still v'chein Adam Acha, another man, sheyotza kvar yidei chayvosei, that he was already yotzi. Nevertheless, mutar l'tkaya lahem, he's allowed to blow for them, and mutar l'hoitzi hashayfer l'shus harabim kedei l'tkaya lahem. Now, what's the chiddush? You're allowed to carry on Rosh Hashanah. But you're only allowed to carry, there's a din of hoil. So if you're allowed to carry for yourself or it's some necessary, but if it's not necessary at all, then you're not allowed to carry. So he's saying he's allowed to carry it also. Ukvan is Bayram, the סימן Yudches. סימן Yudches is the beginning of Orach Chaim. And I think that's Hilchos Tzitzis over there. So over there, it was already explained, the Nogu HaNoshim Lavorach Akol Mitzvah Sesrish Azman Grama. That the women are allowed to make they're allowed to make a bracha. It's not considered a bracha of a Torah. Okay, therefore, Gam Kan Yevochu HaNoshim LaAsman. The woman should, when the man is doing, we're talking in the case when the man is doing it for them, so still the woman should make the bracha. Avol Anoshim la yivochu lahem im kvar yotzu yidei chavasam ve'einam toikim rak b'shvil anoshim uv'shehi bracha b'atola. That if the man would make a bracha, it would be a bracha b'atola. Why? She harei hanoshim ba'atzmam einam chayavos b'bracha zu. שיבורך זה לא יוצאים ידי חבוס לברכה זו. אלא, now, it sounds a little contradictory. On one hand, you say that the woman can make the bracha, and on the other hand, you say that the man can't make the bracha for them. That sounds a little contradictory. Why? Because if the woman can make the bracha and they allow them to make the bracha, then why is there a bracha of a Torah? So that's why he goes on to add, Ella, Shalahem ba'atzmam, the women themselves, Harashuz b'yodam, Levarach, Mitamshin is Bayasham. Avo, Acha, but a stranger, Lama Yavarach b'chinam. What's his excuse? He has no reason. The woman, we allow them to blow shofar. We allow them to make the bracha. No, we allow them to do whatever they have to do because they want to. That's the way shofar is done. But someone else to make the bracha for them doesn't make sense. Now he says, however, he says, if someone wants a blow shofar for the women and to make for them the bracha, so you know what the eitzah is, Yitka lahan, let them blow for them, kaidem sheyishra hatchiyas bebeis hakneses. You should blow for them before they blow in shul. So pshat is he's blowing for himself. When he's blowing for himself, he's allowed to blow for himself, and when he's blowing for himself, he's allowed to make a bracha, and they will be yaitz with his bracha. Or another eitzah is sheyichaven b'liboy shechayrotzes yedei chavosay b'tkiyah shabeis hakneses. You should have in mind not to be yaitz when they blow in shul. So in other words, either to blow before you hear shofar, or not to be yaitzer with what they blow in shul. The Oz, then Yochel Levorach B'Shul Atzmai, then he can make a bracha for himself, because he wasn't yaitzer what they blew in shul. Shadayin lo yotza yedei chavosay. He goes to the house where the woman lived to blow for a shofar for them. And he comes back in shul. You learned there before that there's two sets of kiyas. The first set of kiyas is called kiyas the meyushav. The second set of kiyas is called kiyas the moment. Now, the truth is that when we blow shofar shul, everyone stands. However, it's called kiyas to miyushav because up din you don't have to stand. Up din, if someone can't stand, he doesn't have to stand. The second kiyas is blown in Shmona Esrei. But so you can't sit even if you want to sit. So they're called kiyas to move. Now, this person, when they're going to blow in shul, the first kiyas, or what we call the kiyas, the miyushav. So either he leaves shul and goes to blow for the women, or he stays in shul and he has in mind not to be yes. Now, so he said, he goes to their house to blow for the woman. And he comes back to the shul. V'shemeya hadkiyas dem umad. I'll say the habrachas. I'll say the brachas means there's no brachas by kiyas dem umad. But in the Shmona Esrei, there's malchiyos, zechoriyos, and shofars, and we blow by also. That's when we say the brachas. Ein tzorach lachza levorach aleim. V'alpa pisha hifzik v'alicha lebeis hakneses. Even though going to the house where they live and coming back was a hefsek. Ben bilchosoi with kiyas elu. In other words, he went away to the house, and in the house he made the brachos, the kiyas shofar, and then when he goes back to shul. So the question is, is this a hefsek or not. So he says, Sharei afilu im hifsik b'sicha beintayim ein tzor gazo ulevorach mitam sheizbai b'simen tafkul sadik beis. That means that listen, our minhag is I always announce when we blow the first shofar, so I always announce that you should listen carefully to the bracha, and I announce that you shouldn't say Baruch Hu B'Hashemai, just say Amen, and try to refrain from speaking till after Shemon Esrei. So in order not to make a hefsek, but Al Bidin, if someone did speak, so then Al Bidin is not considered a hefsek, that you should have to make a bracha again on the Kiyah Shofar. So he's saying, L'chayre, the halicha from coming from the house to the shul and going, and that may be a hefsek. He says, Nikkefelach, because even if someone spoke in between, it's also not a hefsek, and you don't have to make the bracha again. Okay, let's see. This is Gimel. All right, Gimel. Mi shehu muda hano mechaveda. No. There's some people that they make a neder. Apidin, you're not allowed to make the Dorim. More so the person that makes a neder is considered a chayta. But people are not careful. That's why you show them many times, you have to be careful when you say something. I'm not going to say bli neder. So bli neder, it doesn't commit you. I'm not going to do that. People get angry and they say things. So if someone made a neder, his neder is that I don't want to have any hanoah from Reuven. Okay, so now I have hanoah from Reuven. Now the question is, what happens if Reuven is the Baltakei in the shul? Could he hit Kiyah Shofar from Reuven? She says, Mishu muda hanoah mechaverai. Sha'oma, he said, Kainim means it'll be an issa for me. Kainim shani nehenem aplani. I'm answering on myself not to have any hanoah from Reuven. Von deswegen mutter lachaverai with kayalai tekiyah shom mitzvah. Von deswegen Reuven is allowed to blow for him the shofar of Rosh Hashanah. She'ein zucha shuva hanoah k'masher koso b'simen tafku peivav. Who sheyit aloi chaverim asmat. In other words, he can't go to him and say, hey, do me a favor, I want to, he can't do, because that he can't have a noah. But if he blew for him and he heard, he's yosef the mitzvah. Avo hu yemel lachaverai, he shouldn't say to his chava, sheyit galai. He shouldn't ask his chava to please blow for him. The kiven she'osa chaveda hana-osa olav, also like lasa it's chaveda shliach litkayalai. Actually, over here the neder is where you can make a neder two ways. You can make a neder that you answer, you don't want any know from Reuven, or that Reuven said he asked Shimon that Shimon shouldn't have any know from him. Okay, so it goes both ways over here. But when is this said? Kishama Hanos Chaveda Olov. What? What is it? Kishasa Hanos Chaveda Olov. Avo im Osa the Kiyas Chaveda Olov. He specifies. We're saying that this is not considered a Hanoah because it's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah. But if he specified not to have hear Kiyas from him, She'oma kainim tiki osay she'plaini olav. I'm asking his kiyas is also like lishmaya afilat kiyas shel mitzvah me chaveday. So then even a mitzvah, even though it's a mitzvah, he's not allowed to hear those tekiyas. Kol mitzvah, hey, kol ha-mitzvahs ein Adam Yaitza Bahem, Yedei Chavosai, Elam Kain Niskaven Basiyosom Shu Oisa Dovazel L'Shem Mitzvah. You know that this means to say we have a rule, mitzvahs tzrichas kavanah. Well, mitzvahs ain't tzrichas kavanah. That's the question in the Gemara. He said, but when you're not Yaitza, that because if you're not mechaber mitzvah, so then it's just a masasik. Like if someone's playing with a shofar and he blew kosher kiyas, that's a masasik. That's not a kiyas shofar. So he's saying that kol ha-mitzvahs ein odem yoytze b'hem yedecha basar, elen ken is kaven basi yosam shu oisa dabazeh. Not that he's playing with a shofar and it came out at the key and a shvarim, but he had in mind to blow properly. Kamashikosa b'simen samach. L'ficha, therefore, he uses the word I just said before. Hamisasek b'tkiyah shofar. If someone is playing around with a shofar, kidei li'esramed, he wants to learn shofar, so he's practicing. La'yotzi dekavasai. V'chein hashemeya min hamisasek. Someone who heard shofar from someone that was playing with the shofar. La'yotza apapishin eskaven hashemeya l'shem mitzvah. Now, if Reuben is playing with a shofar, and Shimon is sitting next to him, and he says, you know, I'll hear the shofar. He doesn't say it to him. He says to himself, I'm going to hear the shofar now. So he says he's not Yaitza, because Shemaya from a Misasik is also no good. Kivish Atukeya Glenaskavin Imkain Tikia Psua Shoma. So what he heard is he heard it, but it's a puzzle of Tikia, so he can't be Yaitza with a puzzle of Tikia.
So the person that makes the bracha,
We're not talking about any bracha.
the person that makes the bracha needs to have if he doesn't have kavanah, he doesn't even have
The bracha is a separate thing. The halacha is that bracha is aim akvas. If someone blew shofar in shul, let's say, about the kayan, and he didn't make any brachas, he forgot to make the brachas, and no one in the shul knew the difference. They told him, "Hey, you have to make a bracha." So you yaitz kiyah shofar without the brachas also. We make the bracha because of the mitzvah and everything, but brachas are not miyakev. The chayin, he says, involve hatakeya l'shoida. If someone, before we're saying, this is already a little bit different. Before we're saying I'm a sasek, he's playing with the shofar. Now, if someone is blowing for musical notes, not nothing to do with kiyah shofar. She said, "V'chein hatakeya l'shoida, v'loin niskaven with kiyas mitzvah, v'yotze is not yaitza. V'chein hashemeya mimenu." The same thing also, someone heard from him, even though Yena hadn't zinnen that I'll be yaitza with his kiyah shofar, is yotze is not yaitza because it was not blown with Shem Mitzvah's kiyah shofar. Okay, let's stop over here. The next 7 minutes, see if it's